And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, it's Elliott, and he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now Dak on the option left. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it?
Entering settings screen, you have 18 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. On 1st down, it's Watson. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Here's Watson, and he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more. Your offense there, 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Listen to that! 18! 54! Stay with your man! Check 24! 55! 54! Hey, we gotta snap it, we gotta snap it.
Watson gonna pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Watson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. But now it'll be 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Now it's Watson. Flush to his right. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Now Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go!
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Back to throw, Watson. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw again on second down. Prescott going right side. He has Witten. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gained?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard is going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. To the air again, Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
12 yards there and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They keep it with Miller on first down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Lamar Miller. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Here's Watson. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So the field goal there counts what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson.
Take over first and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. After the interception, here's Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by Fairbairn is good. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
We got this.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Second half begins with a run from Miller, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. Watson, completion left side to Miller. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Come on, baby.
Watson now to throw. Setting up the screen for Miller. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Here's Watson, option left. He can. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Cowboys have recovered. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up first and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out.
Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
To throw is Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Looking to throw. Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. A first down carry now for Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The veteran safety, George Iloka, there to break that one up.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So it's a third field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
No, they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll run it with Elliott. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpires. Back now in Houston, it's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. That one a first down pickup of 8.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game. Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. They go play action here on first down. And on the left side, he's got Witten. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Now Prescott. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. And again, it's Prescott. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
On first and 10, Watson. Catch here, left side, Thomas. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a first and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. A gain of 32 that time.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. On first down, Miller. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Texans have taken the lead.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. Third down here. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Prescott to throw on 4th. Complete to Jason Witten. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. On 4th down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. This to potentially send us to overtime. And it's no good, just short. He gave it a good run, but maybe a foot or 2 short of the crossbar. Well, they got themselves in position to at least entertain the thoughts of an overtime, but as it turns out, it was not meant to be, Charles.
And you feel bad for a kicker in this spot. He's going to have to shoulder a lot of the blame, but in reality, this will be a team loss. They didn't do enough collectively to get the job done.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10. Throwing now, Watson. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.
many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
STRO, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she so